I'm so happy to see you guys. I am just setting up the live video. You would think I would start setting this up like 10 minutes early, given that it always takes forever, but that's okay. So I'm going to jump right in today. I'm talking about anxiety and control and the link with those things, and specifically trying to share a little bit more about this, what I'm calling the cycle of control. And the cycle of control starts, so let me back up. So I'm going to explain the cycle of control. I'm going to share with you a story from my own life that happened this summer, and also talk about how we can break out of this cycle of control. So and again, it's telling me that my frames are too slow. I don't know. Anyways, so cycle of control. If you saw my Instagram post this week, I made a helpful graphic that was basically like, I start with an event that is outside of my control. And my reaction to that is to get anxious. Anxiety comes up in me. That's my reaction. And then after I get anxious, I want to feel better and I want to calm that anxiety. So I try to exert control over what I can control around me. And I see a lot of moms doing this in like they have a billion things to do. They're so overwhelmed. They're out of their life feels like it's out of control, but they are going to organize that pantry, by God. It is going to get organized and it's going to look great because you're trying to exert control over what you can. And I think like organizing your pantry is probably a good outlet for that. But where it gets tricky is when we try to exert control over other people or over situations that we don't actually have control over, but we have this illusion of control. So, what we do is we exert control, and then the reason that this cycle keeps going is because we get positive reinforcement. So if you're the kind of person that tries to control things in your house, take the pantry cleaning example. You clean out the pantry, and now every time you open the pantry, it looks great. And you're like, oh, this is great. I need to just keep doing this. Um, and like I said, maybe the pantry is a good outlet for you. But if part of your control is that you're take for instance a couple that has children together, and if they've agreed that the partner is going to handle something, and say the partner's going to handle laundry, and you say, okay, things are out of my control, the laundry isn't exactly how I want it, so I'm going to take over the laundry. So your partner may get offended, or your partner may say, oh my gosh, thank you for doing that, you're doing everything, you're keeping us running, and this is amazing. And so you're not only getting the, I don't know what the scientific thing is, if it's like dopamine or whatever, but you're getting some kind of positive feedback in your mind because you've accomplished something, right? But you're also getting this exterior affirmation telling you, like, thank you for doing that. You're doing a great job. It's kind of like the cycle of with the patriarchy that I talk about sometimes, where like um, when I watched Anne Romney's speech like many years ago, it was really depressing to me because she was, you might not even be old enough to remember it, but she was going on about how like moms are the ones that know the schedule, moms keep everything running, moms do it all. And to me, I was like, that sucks. But the point she was making was that like this is why moms are great. And so we get this positive reinforcement from our brains telling us, hey, we did something good. We get it from the people in our lives telling us thank you for managing everything, and we get it from society saying this is what makes moms amazing because they manage everything and they don't complain and blah blah blah. Sometimes we're allowed to complain, but I mean, I like to say forget about what society says. So then once we get that positive affirmation, we have that bit of time. Like I said, you open up the pantry, you feel calm. So you have this sense of calm, and it's like, ah, oh, that worked. And it does work for a time period. But then something else comes up that's out of your control, and you're like, oh, I know what to do here because this is how it worked in the past. And you get right back on that cycle, that hamster wheel of anxiety, control, things like that. So, The reason that this is a problem in motherhood is because, I mean, I think it can be a problem in many lives, but in motherhood specifically, it's a problem because like so much is out of our control. We can't control our children, we can't control our partner, we can't control schools, we can't control so much stuff. So when we're in this cycle of event out of my control, we get anxious, we try to exert control, we get kudos for doing that, then we feel momentarily calm. That space between feeling calm and the next event that we can't control is really short, which means that if we are responding and reacting to everything that comes up with the same cycle, then we are feeling anxious and stressed a lot. And we can't complete the stress cycle. So we need to find a way to overcome this cycle and get out of it, because it's not good for us to continually and constantly be anxious and be rushing trying to fix everything. So, what can we do to break out of this? Right? That's what we really want to know. What can we do to get out of this? So, curiosity is a huge one. So, the story I'm going to share with you is from early in the summer. So, very early in the summer, my daughter got a sunburn. And I was kind of busy. Wasn't really practicing my self care at the time. And so she got a sunburn, and my immediate reaction was like, crap, I'm a bad mom because my daughter got a sunburn. I'm not a bad mom because my daughter got a sunburn, but that was what came up for me. That was my reaction. And I'm a bad mom, but I don't want to be a bad mom. I want to be a good mom. A good mom doesn't let bad things happen to her kid, like a sunburn. And this is the thought process in my head. And so when I hear her, or not hear her, but when I see her get a sunburn, I'm like, I am going to make sure that she doesn't get any more sunburns. So I'm like researching super cute cover up swimsuits for her. And while I'm at it, I'm like, I should probably get some cover up swimsuits for me. And my body shifted, so I need more swimsuits. So the issue, swimsuits became an issue in my house. And like, I was staying up late shopping online for swimsuits. I was looking for me, for my son, and like I was even searching for swimsuits for my partner, who had zero interest in getting a new swimsuit, by the way. He did not care. But it just turned into this huge thing. And the anxiety was creeping out into all other areas of my life. I was like anxious about my partner, I was anxious about my work, and it just was unstoppable. And at some point, I was like, this feels really familiar. And it felt familiar because I used to live in that cycle. That used to be my cycle. That's why I know about it, because I used to do it. That was how I operated. And honestly, that's how I operated for most of my life. So it kind of blew up when I became a parent, because exactly what I just said, like the space between calm and new event that is stressful is too short. There's too much out of our control as a parent. And so I think when you don't have children, you can sort of cling to this illusion of control a lot better. And, I was a project manager. And so I was really good at controlling things. And it made me really good at my job, making sure that this was on time, that's on time, everybody's doing what they need to do, making sure all the pieces fit together, controlling everything. And when you are a high achieving woman in this world, you are given kudos for that. And when you can do it with just the right level of balance, so that you're not like a bee or whatever other words that the patriarchy wants to put on you, like you get a lot of affirmation. But I'm telling you, when like high achieving when high achieving women become moms, it messes with our brain, because we're not getting that same affirmation from our kids. We can't control things with our kids. So, with the swimsuits, I was in this space and I was like, okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. And it wasn't, I'm going to shove that down and it's not going to happen. It was curiosity is step one. Get curious. I notice I am having this familiar cycle of control. How did I used to handle this in the past? What have I done that has made this not a part of my normal life anymore? Um, and so that's curiosity about like what possible solutions are. But even before you go down that road, curiosity about what it is you're feeling, because it didn't start with recognizing that I was anxious about the swimsuits. It was like, man, I wonder why I'm so stressed about work. I wonder why I'm so stressed about my partner. And which for me is always like, what is he doing? Because I blame, that's my tendency that I'm working on. I'm aware of it. So these tendencies don't go away. You just become more aware of them and become more stable. So get curious. What is under that? And write it out. Brain dump is amazing. And a brain dump is different than just straight up journaling, because sometimes you might have journal prompts or you're trying to write about a specific thing. But a brain dump is like you set a timer. It can be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the time limit that you have. You set that timer and you just write everything that is in your brain. You dump it all out. And this is really useful, but don't judge whatever comes out of your brain. Just let it come out. If what comes out of your brain is like, I'm a dumpster fire and my kids would be like, I am mad at my kids and I can't stand spending time with them. Like, nobody's going to read your brain dump. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about what comes out of your brain. Just worry about getting it out of there and onto the paper. So brain dump is critical. So another tool that goes hand in hand with curiosity is the 5 whys. Ask why 5 times. Like, I'm losing my temper on my kid. Why? Because I'm angry. Why are you angry? Because blah, blah, blah. And, well, like maybe it's because, well, I'm extra tired. Why are you extra tired? Because I stayed up late last night. Why did you stay up late last night? Well, I've been staying up a lot of nights because I feel like I don't have any time to myself and I am running ragged. Why don't you have any time to yourself? Well, because I feel like I don't deserve time to myself. You see what I'm saying? Like, you keep digging, you keep going. Dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Don't stop at why number 1, because you're not really getting to the heart of it. So that is a helpful tool. The other thing that can really help us to break out of this cycle is, as you're practicing this curiosity and this exploration, is affirmations or prayers if you're a spiritual person, letting yourself know that you are safe. Resma Minica, I think I just butchered his name. I will comment his name because I really don't want to butcher it. But he has this practice that he has people do when he's working with like trauma groups. And one of those practices is to sit with your sits bones touching the bottom of the chair and looking over your shoulder, but start with turning your shoulder and looking over your shoulder. And do that on the other side too. And take some breaths in there. And so when you do that, is one way to like reassure your body, I am safe. It is okay. And so much of this control is like, we grew up with, I talked about shark music in a recent article, and like when we grow up with these things that where our emotions are not comfortable to our parents, or if we grow up with chaos around us or any type of violence, like we learn that we need to control things in order to stay safe. And so oftentimes when we're in this cycle of control, we need to remind ourselves we are safe right now. There is no cheetah coming to get us. We are safe. And that's going to help you practice this curiosity and self-exploration. So part of this need to control, like I just said, is needing to feel safe. But what if you start with the hope and the knowledge that it will be okay. You just might not know what okay looks like. I heard a beautiful statement, and it was probably from an article, but I was listening to a podcast recently, and they were talking about grieving as an act of faith and hope. Because if you let yourself sink down into the grief and really feel it, you are trusting and hoping that you're gonna come out the other side. And that same concept, it's beautiful. And that same concept applies here when we're talking about exploring yourself and exploring things about how you feel and how you think. So that's what you want to do. And other tips are like movement. I think I've shared before that like this isn't as much when I'm feeling cycle of control, but it's a really good transition. Like moving your body is so good for everything, right? And so I use it a lot when I'm transitioning from like work mode to picking up kids mode. Because you have that thing where you like, especially if you used to, when you used to have an office to go to and you had that transportation time to get from your office to your home, it was a little bit easier. But especially if you're working from home and maybe you come downstairs from your office and you go to start cooking dinner and your kids are like, oh my gosh, mommy's home. And then they're like screaming and clinging to you. And you're just like, whoa, this is a lot. So that transition, you kind of have to like prepare yourself for that transition. And movement is an excellent transition method between work mode and kid mode, or kid mode and work mode. Like any kind of transition movement is great. And so that makes it also really good when you're stuck in this cycle of control because you want to transition out of that. So move your body, hug somebody, hug yourself, like just like hugging yourself and rubbing your arms. Like that sounds strange and you might feel weird doing it, but like things happen in your brain when you have physical touch that is wanted physical touch. Good things happen. Bad things happen when you have unwanted physical touch. So that's like how we get out of this. That's the tool. These are the tools to get out of this cycle of control. So to summarize, we want to break the cycle. Something happens that's out of my control. I feel anxious. I exert my control where I can, and I try to exert it where I can't. I get positive reinforcement from both like a job well done in my head, also from people around me, and from the societal expectations of how a mother is supposed to do everything. And then I feel momentarily calm, but that momentary calm is not enough before the next event happens. And so we're going to break that by getting curious, using brain dumps, using all these affirmations and reminding us that we are safe, and we're going to implement these tools, right? What I want you to do is get curious about something that you maybe are feeling or experiencing. If you have some discomfort or you're finding yourself controlling something, get curious about it and see what's there. And if you have questions about how to do this, comment below, ask your question, because if you have a question about it, probably someone else does too. So, all right, that's it. That's all I've got for you. Take care and have a good rest of your day.